Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. This is Pianoverse by IK Multimedia. It's a piano library host software, and today I'm going to show you 4 pianos. Its features include meticulously tuned and recorded world-class pianos, robot-assisted sampling, continuous pedal for half and catch pedaling, advanced controls like lid position, harp resonance, pedal, and piano mallet noise, multi-instrument and room mic options, DSP like EQ, compression, limiting and stereo width, 30 generative sound spaces, 12 high-end cinematic effects, and a new all-access plan to be able to quickly start playing these in your studio. So as it stands, there are currently 4 piano models available for purchase, and you can either purchase this or pay a monthly or yearly premium. So this is Pianoverse, the piano universe, so to speak. So there are 4 pianos right here. If I want to see my models, I click here on the piano icon in the center. And as you can see, I have 4 models already installed. Now these can be purchased all together or separately, and they're based off of real piano models. This is actually a business model I actually like because, guitarists get to have their sample libraries that are based on a Taylor or Gibson or Martin. But it seems like a lot of times pianists don't really get that option. It's usually a concept or something. And in this case, IK Multimedia has like the most famous models, and they have some that are coming out soon that are other famous models. And I like this option because many times pianists associate a specific piano with certain types of music or a certain type of sound, just like guitarists associate certain models of guitars with a certain genre or sound. And it makes it easier choosing the right one. So in this case, I have 4 pianos here. This is a Yamaha CF3, then a Yamaha U5, a Steinway D274, that's why it says S for Steinway, and a Bösendorfer 280, all iconic pianos. So you can click on it and choose your piano model, and then choose all the presets available by mood, music genre, style, and timbre. One thing I wish it had, though, was just a blank option just to get the raw sound of the piano. And then if you wanted to tweak it, then you can do that later. However, I think they want you to explore the presets. So in this case, I've chosen Natural Concert Grand, and I'll show you the other ones later. Then we go back to piano, and you can see this beautiful illustration of the Yamaha CF3. And here it is. I'm going to play it for you. When I heard this the first time, I thought, this sounds gorgeous. This sounds exactly like the piano. And the way that it's recorded, it just kind of feels like it's in front of you. Of course, you're not actually feeling the vibrations of the actual piano itself, so there's that separation. But the sound is so clear and so responsive on any type of MIDI keyboard. I've already played it with 2 of mine. I have a Yamaha P515, which has a better feel for piano, and then I have this Control S88. And on both of them, it's very easy to play and it's very responsive. But in case you don't like how it feels, you can set the velocity curve here in the master controls. You can change tuning, transposition, space, level, the tone. Compression. These are all quick little adjustments you can make. And then the effects sends over here. And on the right bottom corner, it shows you whether you have soft pedal, sostenuto, or damper engaged. So I'm using the sustain pedal or the damper pedal for my Control S88. And that just has an on and off switch. Whereas my Yamaha has more of a continuous control. So you can get that half pedaling. I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So first I'll demonstrate with just the regular pedaling. I'm slowly letting it go. And you're going to hear that there's no real change to the sound. It's just going to cut off. Now I'm going to go to my Yamaha, And you're not going to hear my voice as well, but I'm going to start doing that half pedaling. You're going to hear that difference in the sound. So I really like that feature. Now this is only available for the grand pianos. It's not available for the U5, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But I'm going to show you the soft pedaling, which is gorgeous in this. Now, if you're not familiar with the piano, on a grand piano, when you press a soft pedal, it shifts the keys and the hammers slightly to the right, I believe, aligning them with fewer strings so that they hit fewer strings and it sounds softer and a little bit thinner. And if you have a triple pedal, you're going to have access to that as well as sostenuto. But I highly recommend having the continuous damper pedal. That's going to get the most out of this software. Now, each of these pianos is about 20 gigabytes in size, so I recommend an external SSD. I'm using a Samsung T7, and it works flawlessly. Let's go ahead and listen to the other pianos. This is the one you heard in the demo. This is based on a Yamaha U5, and it's a Royal Upright Y5. This is a great, bright sounding piano. One of my favorite, actually. Let's hear those soft dynamics. Oh, that's just so pure. Now, upright grands don't generally have good bass. The magic usually happens in the middle and on the higher notes, which makes it really great for rock, for jazz, because it really cuts through. And being a Latin musician myself, Latin music like salsa, cha-cha-cha, cumbia, all these, it sounds really great with them. If you have headphones on, you'll hear how as you play higher, it sounds like it's coming from the right side just a little bit, and then the lower notes are coming from the left side. I just really love that. And this Yamaha has a beautiful ring to it, that famous Yamaha brightness. All right, let's listen to the Steinway D274. This is another famous piano. Steinways are famous because not only are they masterfully made, you can get them to sound almost any way you want. Bright, dark, clear. They have kind of a middle of the road sound as far as the tone. I want to hear how it sounds on the high dynamics. Let me play on my other keyboard. That is just gorgeous. I love this. And then finally we have our Bösendorfer 280. Now Bösendorfer is owned by Yamaha, and they're famous for having this really heavy dark sound, which I absolutely love, especially for very emotional compositions. All right, let's listen to that famous Bösendorfer bass. And then with a soft pedal, all of these are gorgeous. So aside from having wonderful sounds, being masterfully sampled, you have 30 different space options, which you can select at the bottom here. And the cool thing is that there's an illustration for every single one. So here's Academy, and I'll play a short note. That way you can hear the room. Here's Ballet Studio. I'll quickly go through these. Cathedral. It has a nice long tail. Club. Colosseum. This one's going to have some pretty interesting effects. Desert. So as you can hear, some of these effects are not natural. It's not impulse response reverb. It's more of an abstract or conceptual type of reverb. That does remind me of the desert, the sound of the sand, or the wind. Here's a garage. Iceberg. Live venue. Again, beautiful illustrations. Monastery 1. Monastery 2. Old Forest. Interesting. Opera House. Palace. Piano booth. Very dry. Presbytery. Red Planet. Sanctuary. Nice gentle tail there. Then seafloor. Stone Chapel. Some of these, it's hard to tell the difference, but it's nice seeing new pictures though. Studio A. Studio B, and this is Studio C. The mansion. And as you can hear, there's lots of cinematic effects, things that are meant to evoke a certain emotion. Like in this case, it seems a little haunted. Theater. Underground. Vault. Vintage studio. Vintage studio 2. Again, these are all very similar. Warehouse. And that's it for the reverbs. Once you choose your reverb, which you can again choose in the mix, here's a more compact list. You can adjust the sound of the room or the close mics themselves. Speaking of which, you can switch between close and coincident, which is like an XY configuration, and it's going to give you a different sound imaging. I would say that the coincident sounds a little bit more nasal for some reason. You have your panning, your level, and then you can listen to just the room sound. Or just the close mics. And then you can combine and you can adjust the levels. Very nice options. Of course, it has EQ, graphic, and parametric. Compression. You can also apply EQ and compression to the reverb itself. And then you can send the signal to your effects. Speaking of which, we have a slew of effects here, which can give the piano a dramatically different characteristic. Turn on send, and you can choose all these effects right here. Choral. Convomorph. That's cool. I think it morphs between these two. I'm not sure how. Then you have two inserts here, which can be all of these right here. Let me listen to the shimmer. So the difference between the send and the insert is that you're going to hear the sound of the piano here, the original sound, plus whatever effect you have here. The insert is going to be directly applied to that piano sound. Here we have a filter. Let's do overdrive. Saturator X. It's beautiful. All of these are really nice. Particles. And then you can adjust the wetness. You can change the LFO shape, so give it a smooth effect for the particles. Triangle, which is a little harder. Square and random. And then ramp. So if you're a sound designer, this is a cool feature. I love the layout. It's so simple and beautiful. IK Multimedia is really good at doing this kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and listen to a few of these presets, and then I'll finish with my final thoughts. Here is Film, Tender Air. All right, here's EDM. Really cool. Synthwave. Okay, so it has the same ones. Trap. Okay. You can clear the filters here, and then avant-garde, oblivion. Whoa, that one's hurting my ear a little bit. Let's see the effects on this. So convomorph, rephase, vintage plate. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention some of the simple controls down here include things like note level, releases, release noise, hammer noise, so that you can get the attack that you want. Pedal noise, so you hear that damper release sound. I've always loved that. Harp resonance. Ooh, I hear it's almost like a pad sound, but it's not really a pad. It's just adding some of those soft undertones to the sound. Any Twilight fans? Not me. I just really love that song, that piece. All right, lid position. So all the way to 0 is going to be as if the lid on the piano was closed. And as we raise it, we start getting those overtones. It sounds great both ways. Tone shift is going to give it a brighter sound on the right, darker sound on the left. And then you have filters here. All of this is MIDI assignable just by right-clicking. Now, how much does this cost? I mean, you can go to the website and see, but I'll tell you, there's two ways to buy this. Let's say you like the Concert Grand YF3. You can go to the website, pay $100, and then you're going to have this, which comes with the software. So you're going to get the sample library and the host software, Pianoverse, which, by the way, is compatible with Windows and Mac and works on all major DAWs, just like all of IK Multimedia's products. It's a very stable software, by the way. And you can pay that one-time fee, or you can select their all-access plan, which starts at $14.99 a month if you want to try this out. And the monthly plan is $15 almost, and then the yearly plan is $149.99. But if you want to keep it and not have to pay monthly, you can buy each of them for $99 or $100. Once you've purchased it, they'll send you the registration. Once you've gotten the code, go to your IK product manager, select register product, put your serial number in, then go to software, install Pianoverse, go to sounds, and then download and install your piano model. Well, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this review of Pianoverse. I think it's an amazing software. I love both sample libraries and modeled instruments, and I go back and forth between them because there's so many benefits to each. But in this case, you have the authentic sound of those models. It sounds beautiful. It sounds like the real thing in front of you. It's easy to use. It's not ridiculously priced. There's lots of great effects here. And IK Multimedia is a very reputable company. Well, thanks for watching this. Please remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell. I'm going to try to post more often, but I've been really busy lately. And leave a comment below to tell me what you think about this. And go ahead and visit www.hifimidi.com to check out my MIDI programming courses. Thanks for watching.